I don't know, but I mean, I get it, man. But fuck's sake, he's getting
All right,
louder and
you're
louder, man.
okay. I'll yield it. I'll yield to you for a bit.
No, on you go, but he's getting rah, rah, rah. He's fucking going crazy. I think that's why he's
Alright, I think I'm back.
Hey.
So what I was saying was that refraction can cause things like the black swan to be explained on a globe. Is that correct? Yes or no?
Not if you don't have any measurements for the globe in the first place.
You don't need the measurements to put forth a model. A model can be completely hypothetical.
Okay, so your globe is completely hypothetical?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just not allowing you to move on to the R value until we deal with the refraction thing.
Why put it
Because I'm not allowing you to move on to radius until we've done refraction.
No, actually, we're not moving on to radius.
Radius.
Started.
That's what you're trying to do, yes.
Refraction assumes a radius, bro. Nobody's measured the radius.
No, refraction just assumes that light bends along a given value according to density gradients.
Terrestrial refraction.
I didn't say terrestrial refraction. I just said refraction. So the bending of light can cause the black swan to be explained on both a globe and a flat Earth.
I've said it 5 times. Terrestrial refraction assumes a radius, bro. Nobody's ever measured the radius.
Yeah, but I haven't been talking to you. I've been talking to the other guy.
It doesn't matter. I'm talking. I've been saying it for 15 minutes. Jesus Christ, every time
you guys can keep trying to push this onto radius if you want, but I'm just talking about refraction. Haven't said anything about radius.
Dude, wait, hold on. That was the entire point. You haven't said anything about radius. That's the fucking problem, because that's what we brought up, and that's what we were asking you to prove, and now you are telling us that you're talking about something that has nothing to do with what we asked you to talk about. So that's your bad. You need to start over and tell us what you can do to prove this radius that you're now telling us you're not fucking talking about. That's pretty dumb.
Yeah, we weren't talking about radius at the start either. We were just saying that there is a curve.
You've not got a radius.
You need the radius to have the curve.
No.
You ain't got no radius, bro.
No, I don't need the radius to show the curve.
Refraction has nothing to do with the radius, like you just said. You just said refraction has nothing to do. Yes, Spake, he just said that refraction has nothing to do with the radius. So if that's the case, the entire topic is a red herring. Let's go back to the radius, the thing we were asking about.
No, I'm talking about curve, not radius. So refraction can make it fit a curve or fit a hypothetical radius. I don't have to have measured the radius in order to say that refraction could make it fit a hypothetical radius.
Okay, so it's a hypothetical radius, not an actual measured radius?
Right.
Currently, it's a hypothetical radius for the purpose of this argument, so that you guys don't run away from refraction.
Okay, well, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for a physical radius.
If you'd like to concede that refraction can explain the black swan, then we can move on to radius.
No. Explain it. What's the effective radius that you need in order to have a 10-mile horizon at a 1-foot observer height?
I can look it up. Can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, look it up for me. Look up what I already know so that you can tell me.
Well, you could just tell me, because I don't memorize these numbers because I don't care about them. I care about the logic.
No. Why don't you go figure it out? Because you don't care about them. But a minute ago, you just said that everything fits into the range of possibility for the globe due to refraction, right? But you don't even know what this range is here, because you don't know the range that you're actually inflating your radius to in this situation. So you can just
plug it into a flat Earth calculator, and then you can change the value of the refraction. And
what you do, what refraction is actually doing is changing. Yeah, you're just changing the value of the radius, right? You're just making it a bigger ball effectively so that you can push the horizon distance back further, right? That's all you're doing. You're just using refraction.
Well, not if you're using a
bigger ball. You said it works perfectly every single time, but you don't seem to even know that this is how it works, so I don't know how you knew that.
Well, the calculator doesn't do that. The calculator has a set value for the radius, and then you change the refractive index to
You're
change
just
it.
wrong. You're embarrassing yourself really badly right now. You need to go.
Should I go? How about I go away for 2 minutes? I'll find the calculator and drop it in voice chat.
You're not going to steamroll now that you're caught. Look, here's the deal. Hold on, I'll let you just right after this. But
I'm telling him just to stop over talking, dog.
Yeah, he's over talking because he's trapped. He doesn't want me to go ahead because he's trapped. But you need to go to the Walter Bislam globe calculator right now and look at the parameter that says apparent radius and tell me what happens when you move that refraction slider up. You're on mute, sorry. Yeah. Walter Bislam calculator. Move the refraction slider up. Look for the apparent radius parameter. Tell me what happens, docs. You there? Am I here?
Yeah, you're here.
Okay, cool.
You still here? Hello?
Yeah, did you guys not hear that I said I was going to go away for 2 minutes and I was going to find the Earth curve calculator that I used, and then I was going to come back and drop that in the chat? Did you not hear that? Or are you going to force me to go to Walter Bislin's, like you're trying to force the change from refraction to radius in the conversation?
No,
because that's all you guys have.
Not a change. You're trying to force it. It's the other way around. You're trying to change. You're trying to change it from radius to refraction, right? The whole.
No, I'm trying to keep the conversation.
The whole conversation started with radius, right? You're trying to keep it on something else. We're trying to keep it on the thing it started on. You're trying to take it somewhere else, and then you're projecting that and saying that we're doing what you're doing. So the reason I told you to go to Walter Bislin is because...
Are you lying now?
No, I'm not. And so the reason that I told you to go to Walter Bislin is because you said that adjusting refraction does nothing to the effective radius. So go to Walter Bislin, move the refraction slider up, and see what happens to the parameter called apparent radius.
You're lying now. I never said that changing refraction can't change radius in some calculators. I said the one I used had a set R value, and then when you change refraction, it may make it look like the Earth is smaller, but in reality what it's doing is calculating it off light bending due to different densities of the thing it's going through.
It's not making the
maybe stop straw-manning me for a minute.
Hey, you said that you know exactly what happens. You said that you know that refraction can account for all these different scenarios that we look at, right? But you don't even actually know what the refraction claim is because it's not making the radius appear smaller in the black swan. It's making it appear way bigger. And you're trying to change what you said earlier, which is that it doesn't affect
any of that. I didn't claim that it made it smaller or bigger. I never said any of that. You're the one that keeps saying I'm saying.
Look, am I going crazy, or is he just saying that he doesn't say things that he says? Okay, he's on a smoke break.
Maybe you're so used to these conversations going in a certain way that you're hearing things other than what I'm saying.
Okay.
And not actually what I'm saying.
Okay,
so we started this conversation with me saying there's curve, and there's curve because I see these certain things. And then you said, here's an image of something that doesn't fit what you think. And I said, oh, well, that can be explained with refraction. So I'm not saying that there's a set radius. I'm just saying that there is curve. There is a scale that refraction can change the how you see things off in the distance and the apparent location of that curve, okay? So far, I hadn't brought radius into any of that, and then you kept pushing it towards radius, didn't you?
Okay, so if you haven't brought radius into any of it, then all of it was a red herring because the whole point was radius. We wanted proof of that, right? And now you're telling us that the response that you gave us for that had nothing to do with radius, which was the point.
Now you're pushing me to radius. We were talking about is there curve and why this image doesn't fit what a geometric horizon would tell us it would fit. Okay, nowhere in there have I mentioned radius. We weren't discussing radius until you said, how do you derive radius? So you pushed that onto me without finishing the previous discussion, okay?
The curve is a consequence of the radius.
It could be, or it could be, say, due to some other effect. It may not be a full circle. It may be wavy, like there could be a double helix strand.
What range? It could be a double helix strand. So it could be curved. It could be a double helix strand, not necessarily a globe.
Yes. Therefore, it might not have a radius.
So is that what you're here today arguing for, a double helix strand Earth?
And see, here you are again, trying to force me to move on to radius. So I'm going to go away for 5 minutes because I've got something to do, and then I'll come back. I'll bring up the calculator I was looking at, and we can move on to radius if you want, but you need to concede to start off with so I know that at least someone in this call is going to be good faith, because I haven't talked to anyone else yet, that we started out talking about just there is curve, and refraction can account for the black swan on a curved surface or a flat surface. You just need to say, yes, that makes sense for now, and then we can move on to radius.
Oh, just a curved surface in general. So you didn't know that we were talking about
just engage with what I said. Don't move on to something else, okay?
Yeah, but what you said isn't engaging with what we said, which is we wanted the proof of the globe curvature, right? We checked you in. You said, yeah, it's a spinning space ball, right? Yeah, the 3959 globe is what you're all on the page of, clearly, right? That was the curvature
we can get to that.
we're looking for, right? And so now you're trying to get off of all of that and just say, oh, no.
I'm saying we need to finish up one thing before moving on to the other.
Yeah, but this is
before you try to force me onto the next thing.
Yeah, but this is the one thing.
Establishing the first thing.
You keep trying to redefine the one thing that we're actually talking about.
No, I'm trying to finish up a topic before we move on.
This is the topic. You still haven't figured it out. So we can't.
The topic was refraction on a curved surface and the image of the black swan. Now you're saying you need to show
Okay, a curved surface. What curved surface?
I'll be back in 5 minutes to discuss that, okay?
Well, you said that like 2 minutes ago. Okay, there he goes.